Hey everybody! In case you're new here, hi, my name is Sarah and I work full-time as an environmental consultant, and I also do art and YouTube here on this side. And I'm making a video every single day for the month of February to try and make making YouTube videos a little bit easier for me. And in today's video, I want to take you along with me while I do just a little evening painting here. So, in the same way that I've been off of YouTube for like several months, which take a look at my past few videos here to get the lore on that if that's something you're interested in. But, I had some personal stuff going on in my life that kept me away from YouTube, and it also largely kept me away from art. Like, I have been making artwork here and there, but not super, super consistently. So I have been really interested in getting back into a regular art practice, and I'm trying to find ways to make it easy for me as well. And one of my very favorite things to paint is food, and I've always loved that. And so I decided to get myself a whole little sketchbook dedicated to just painting food. So that's what I'm doing in today's video. This is just a little after work paint session. I'm joined here by Hazel, by the way. That's my cat who loves when I paint. It's so funny. She truly will like rise from the dead of sleep to come sit on my watercolor paper. But anyway, tonight what I'm painting is just a simple little cappuccino. In case you haven't seen my other paintings in this sketchbook yet, I'm basically just doing these top-down images of the food that I eat. So this is a cappuccino that I had a few days ago, and it was really delicious, and I thought it was cute, so I took a picture of it. It's actually crazy. The person who made me this cappuccino was somebody I went to high school with, and this is wild because I actually just moved to a new city after, I lived states away for a long time. So I just moved back to my home state, but I moved across the state. And anyway, I hadn't seen this person since I graduated from high school, which is somehow 10 years ago now. So it was crazy small world situation. But anyway, this cappuccino is very cute. And so I decided to paint it. So I want you to join along with me as I paint this little cozy drink. Have a little paint with me moment here. I have been working on watercolor paper again. If you've been following along with my artwork for a while there, I was doing a whole lot of acrylic gouache work, and I still love that medium, honestly. I love its ability to layer and the opacity. It's just fun. It's really fun to work with. But I've been feeling recently a draw to kind of come back to watercolor a little bit. I just love the way it looks. I love the way it acts. And it's just been a minute since I've dabbled in the watercolor world. So I wanted to come back to it, and I'm using the sketchbook as a way to jump back into watercolor work. And I'm playing with these little brushes that I've seen people use before. And there's one person online who used this exact version. Her name is Anna Kwan, and she does exactly what I'm trying to do too. She does a lot of food paintings and stuff in her little sketchbook. It's been so fun to watch her journey, and it really has inspired me to like get back into my food paintings as well. But anyway, back to these brushes. You get a whole pack of like 5 or 6 of them for like $6 or $7. So they're like cheap brushes, And I've spent money on brushes before, like my kind of go-to watercolor brushes are like $20 a piece. But these brushes are actually great. They're the kind that hold water in the actual brush. And so it goes with my whole theme of like, after this big hiatus from YouTube and from art and all of that, I'm trying to find ways to make it easier for me. And so using these cheap little watercolor brushes that hold the water themselves is making it way easier for me to be able to get my watercolor stuff out again. Because even though it's just like one extra thing to have a jar of water or whatever for next to me while I paint, it somehow makes the process so much more involved. At least it feels that way. And so having this little setup where the brushes have the water themselves, it just makes it easier. And I was on a work trip a few weeks ago, and I was able to bring these brushes with me and my little sketchbook and do some painting there. And that was so fun. It makes it super easy. And honestly, the brushes are not bad quality. They're fine. They really do the trick. This one that I'm using in this video is what I used for 99% of my paintings so far with this set. And it's great. I don't know. It comes to a nice fine point, and it's got a stiffness that I like. So it goes to show that you really don't always need the most expensive or the fanciest tools. You just kind of need to know how to use them. So anyway, I've been having a lot of fun coming back to this medium, and I'm excited to keep playing with it. I do probably think that I'll branch out with some other mediums in this sketchbook as well. For example, I have these acrylic markers that I really want to play with. And just the other day I was watching somebody else's video here on YouTube where she was showing how she achieves a very painterly look with she was using alcohol markers actually. But I think I want to play a little bit with my acrylic markers, and that's the whole point of a sketchbook, right? Is just to play. So that's what my plan is here. I really like how this little cappuccino is coming along. It's a very simple painting. There's not a whole lot to it, but it's very peaceful to paint something like this. And honestly, it's I can smell it, I can taste it. It's so comforting. And this little food journal has been fun for me because, for me, there's a memory associated with each one of these paintings that I have here. For example, with this one, this cappuccino, actually, if you go back to, I think, my day 2 vlog from this Make It Easy February series that I'm doing, this is a picture of a cappuccino that I had on that day. And on that day, I was hanging out with my sister, and we were working on animation internship applications, and it was just a good time. So, that's what I think about when I see this little painting. So it's just kind of fun. I've also been in a big Disney movie kick. I've been talking about that in the last several vlogs here too. I don't remember exactly what I was watching during this painting. I am admittedly doing this voiceover several days after I actually did this painting. But I think the day before I had watched Inside Out 2. Maybe I was finishing that. That's probably what I was doing. Is oftentimes I end up splitting up movies these days just if it gets too late and it's time for bed or whatever. So maybe that's what I was watching. But who knows? Whatever. I really like the idea of having just a low-key, comfort and cozy movie on in the background. So my recent list has been The Lion King, The Little Mermaid, Inside Out 2, and then nature documentaries, which I love. I recently was talking about A Real Bug's Life on Disney Plus. Big fan, definitely love that. Would recommend if you're a bug guy like me. But yeah, or just vlogs. I watch a lot of vlogs. So here's Hazel again. She's so helpful. Anyway. Something that, as I ease myself back into this watercolor practice and painting practice more generally, I want to start playing again with the idea of setting myself time limits and seeing really what I can do in 30 minutes or 20 minutes or 10 minutes, And in some ways that, I guess, adds stress, right, to an activity that's supposed to be very calming, but I think for me, also putting that restraint around my time does help it feel more achievable, right? Because when you are working a 9 to 5, or if you have other family responsibilities that are keeping you busy all day, or just like whatever, if painting and making art isn't like your full-time thing that you do all the time, and even when it is your full-time thing, you know, it can be really intimidating when you're like, dang, this is good. I'm gonna need like 4 hours to do this thing, and then it just doesn't happen, right? It feels so overwhelming. And also, like, I have the problem, the like perfectionist problem, right? Where I like finick with things too much, and I push it to a point where I'm like, dang it, I wish I had just stepped away like 10 minutes ago, because whatever I've done in the last 10 minutes has really not gone in the direction that I was hoping it would. You know, do you know that feeling? So I think setting myself a timer, right, and being like, well, when the 20-minute timer goes off, I'm done. We're just done with this piece. Like, sometimes there's something kind of freeing about that. I don't know. Do any of you ever do that kind of time limit with your artwork? I want to know what you think. Like, do you find that to be something that's really freeing, or something that's like overly restrictive? I don't know. I could see it going either way. I'll play with it and I'll report back. But anyway, here is my final little painting. Like I said, it's just a simple one. It's nothing crazy here, but it was really fun, and I hope you enjoyed painting with me. So thank you for being here. Hey everyone, I hope you enjoyed painting this cute little cappuccino with me. I had a really fun time. This one was pretty straightforward and easy, and I think it was a cute result in this one. Yeah, let me know if you have any questions about my process here. I know this wasn't really like a detailed tutorial or anything, but it was just meant to show you, you know, my process, how I kind of go about a little painting like this. So it's really fun. This little sketchbook of my food paintings is coming along, so I'm having a lot of fun with it. Anyway, thank you for being here, and I will see you tomorrow for the next video in my Make It Easy February series, where I'm posting a new video every single day of the month to try making YouTube a little bit easier for me again, and to kind of capture what it looks like to do creative work like art and YouTube while also working a full-time non-art related job. So with that, thank you so much for being here, and I will see you tomorrow for my next video. Take care, everyone.